So good afternoon, sir. I'm from College Dunia. You have scheduled with your interview. So can you give a brief intro about yourself, sir?
Yeah, thank you, College Dunia, for inviting me for this interview. I am Professor Sudhir Gahwane. I am presently Vice Chancellor of the Mahatma Gandhi Mission's MGM University. Before this, I was Vice Chancellor of the Yeshwantrao Chauhan Maharashtra Open University, Nashik.
Okay.
In 2019, and then I was Professor Head Mass Communication Journalism at Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University for almost 3 decades, and then I was Dean Liberal Arts, Science, Commerce, MIT World Peace University for 2 years. I am associated with the NAAC for quality assessment of the universities, colleges, both central state universities, and I visited more than 75 such universities. I am associated with the UGC and other national bodies as well as international bodies. And this MGM University is established by Mahatma Gandhi Mission Charitable Trust, and this trust is having 5 campuses, one at Navi Mumbai, where we are having our deemed medical university, MGM Institute of Health Sciences. We are having 4 hospitals there, Vasi, CPD, Belapur in Navi Mumbai. And at the same time, we have campus in Aurangabad city where this MGM University is located. And there are 10 constituent institutions here, Jawaharlal Nehru Engineering College and Institute of Management, Hotel Management, Mahagami Institute of Performing Arts, Fine Arts, Media, and other institutions. So I am very, if you want to, understand my personality, I am in the higher education sector for last 4 decades.
Okay.
And I have worked in the university system only. So I have worked in private university, I have worked in public university. I want to, define myself as the proactive, passionate educationist. That I can explain to you. And I'm well connected with the world and different educational bodies nationally, internationally. And I am a change maker. I want to make the change and change the education system and make the universities more proactive, more giving employability, more giving entrepreneurship skills to our students. Education is the only stream which empowers not only youth but to the society. It creates the future, and it creates the future capital, human capital, and future capital also. So industries, socio-economic sector, or politics, whatever the sector you name, you will find that all players in those sectors are created by the higher education system. So that is the important role of higher education sector, which creates human capital as well as which creates the capital for the nation and leads toward the prosperity, creating new economic sector, new research, new R&D, and disruptive innovations, and taking any country, or for that matter, the whole world in a right direction with the right future for the youth of the whole world.
Okay, sir. Sir, sticking to the one point, you said you want to lead the change. So the next, that is my next question, sir. What is your philosophy on the leadership, and how would you describe your leadership style?
Yeah. So thank you for this question. Very important.
Yeah.
See, the educational leader. What is the crisis in India? The educational leaders, maybe the principal or directors or the vice chancellors of the university. What we find that they don't have drive, they don't have spirit, they are not passionate. So they are holding the position for the sake of position, for the power, academic power. But that power is, has a special purpose. We are the change makers, right? And that change makers must have the spirit of change making. At the same time, they should have a multidisciplinary vision, and they should have vision for converting that vision into a reality. So change makers are required. They have to be passionate. They have to be proactive. And then only they have to be like CEOs of the companies, which think every time about the company to progress it. right?
Yeah,
For the
right.
progress of the nation, progress of the youth in your university, you should not make tall claims, but you should make tall realities. And those realities, transforming the youth which comes to your institution, and during the 3 years, 4 years, 2 years, whatsoever they are with you, you are the facilitator. Give them the best facilities, give them the quality education, give them the exposure to the knowledge, exposure to the world, industry exposure, social exposure, right? Economic exposure, and empower them by the experiences and exposures, and make them global citizens, so that they will have mentality to make impact on local level. That is must. And they should make impact on the national level. That is also must. And they should make impact on the global level. So we always say, think globally, act locally. But I have expanded that thought in the 4 other dimensions. Think globally, act globally. That is an opportunity structure for the youth of present times. Think locally, act locally. We have to solve the local problems also, local issues also. So youth should not be a problem creators. They should be problem solvers. And that, transforming them from the problem creators to the problem solvers, that is the duty of we people, to facilitate them to get that transformation happen. Think globally, act globally. That is also an opportunity. One disruptive innovation in technology can be adopted by every country in the world, no matter from which country you belong. And at the same time, think locally, act globally. Whatever the local talent, for example, we are a Mahatma Gandhi Missions University, and we are a charitable trust, and we believe in the philosophy of Nahi Talim of Mahatma Gandhi. We are the teacher of the Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy and action, and he was a struggler as well as he was the creator at the same time. And that is very important, that we are having a khadi production sector. We have a lot of green initiatives. We recycle 8 lakhs of liter water every day. Our Chancellor Ankush Kadam sir, who himself is engineer and institutional builder last 4 decades, and he has created green initiatives. For example, recycling of papers, recycling of water, waste management. Okay, so all these initiatives, solar power energy creation. Through that 1.4 megawatt power we create through solar, and our Khadi center is producing that Khadi. So this is a Indian ethos. And that kind of eco-friendly clothes we should market in the world. So think locally, act globally. That is also an opportunity. With this mission, we are working to empower our students, empower our nation. And that is the leadership which has to be a change maker. I will see that the leader should have a multidisciplinary vision.
Yeah.
He should have a thinking of future. So he should have a futuristic vision in place. He should have a multidimensional and multidisciplinary approach in mind. He should be a spirit of creating quality culture in the campus, research cultures in the campus. So when somebody meets him, maybe a teacher or student, he should be able to inspire. And I am happy to note that I just got this year Most Inspiring Vice Chancellor Award for my contribution into the field of education. And our university is one of the newly established, newly founded self-finance universities. We have got Excellent Self-Finance University Award also for this MGM University. So we are moving steadily. And the most important part is we cater the dreamy layer section of the society. Most of the private universities, there are 333 universities in India, okay? Out of them, most of them cater the creamy layer of the society. And there is a huge mass of 40% youth coming from the aspirational youth, creamy layer. Our university is maintaining, we have dreams, but we don't, who don't have a lot of fees to pay. For them, we create an affordability fee structure, half than whatever is offered in the metros. And we offer that program, equal quality, comparable quality in a half of the cost. So affordability, diversity, the security, okay, nationality, and the spirit of change, and ethics, full of ethics. That is the spirit of MGM University.
Mm. Okay, sir. BSS, this is such a nice thoughts and nice quest philosophy of yours. So, but the next question is of mine is being, how do you
Yeah.
strategize about key programs and plans for the marketing and administration of your school? Means
Yeah.
how do
So
you yeah.
yeah, yeah, as I have described you, Mahatma Gandhi Missions, MGM University
Mm.
is catering the educational needs of the Dreamy Layer Society. So when we are having Jawaharlal Nehru Engineering College, which is the constituent college, it is almost 39-year-old college, one of the private colleges in Maharashtra, leading private colleges in Maharashtra. We are having our alumni spread across the world. 3,000 alumni across the world. They are, top professors, they are entrepreneurs, they are industrialists, they are leading the organizations across the globe in 20 countries. And at the same time, 15,000 our alumni, they are engineers and they are contributing a lot in the society. Spread across India, from Himachal, Delhi to Mumbai to Maharashtra to other parts of Gujarat and Hyderabad and other states. So my say is this is the background of our university, and we cater the Dreamy Layer Society. I told you we have engineering faculty, right? So we are having all branches of engineering, and it is a highly reputed engineering college established and founded by the principal Pratap Rao Borwade, very known academician, very disciplined academicians known, and he's now 77-year-old, and he's a still mentor and trustee of our university. Our founder is Kamal Kishore Kadam, who is MTech from IIT Mumbai. In 70s, he has done that, and he is a founder of Mahatma Gandhi Mission Charitable Trust. Our Chancellor of MGM University is Engineering Ankush Rao Kadam, who got honorary doctorate from the George Washington University of Peace from USA. And we have a very learned people, Vice President Dr. P.M. Jadhav from medicine, Dr. Sudhir Kadam from medicine. So all they are highly educated people. So they are very learned and they have a concrete vision. And therefore our every institution is of top quality infrastructure, human capital, professors of top quality, discipline, quality that is maintained in our university. So we have engineering branch, we have architecture, we have Mahagami for performing arts, we are having fine arts, we are having hotel management, we are having fashion design, Khadi production center, we are having sports. Our sports facility is one of the best in the country. So you will never find world-class sports facilities available on the campus of any self-financed university. We have invested 55 crore rupees with the cricket stadium, large cricket stadium, and all facilities for the all branches, sub-disciplines of sports. So that is a very essence of our university. At the same time, alongside our university, we are having medical college to support us. That is not part of our university, but it's a MGM hospital. We have naturopathy center. We have physiotherapy center. So all these centers are supporting and providing facilities to our students. So providing top class sports facilities, providing health services, providing quality education in hotel management, in engineering, in the management, in the education, in the basic sciences, in the social sciences. We are having film arts department, which is a state-of-the-art facility center for the film production programs. We have photography department offering graduation program in photographing. We have mass communication and journalism. We are having Institute of Social Sciences offering BA honors program in psychology, economics. All these programs are offered in our campus.
Oh, that's a quite diversity you have.
Yeah, diversity. Yeah.
So, sir, next question, sir. How does the curriculum of your university ensure the best practice in the industry?
Perfectly right. So how a single university differentiate itself from the 911 universities in the country? Now there are 977. Okay, recently new universities have come up. In Maharashtra also there are 19 self-financed universities, private universities, right? So in these universities, every university should not follow the same path. They have to create different pathways for the student and should offer different kind of programs, right? And future ready higher education is our motto. And with that motto, what we have done, that we have come out with the teaching learning methodology. There are 4 pillars of that methodology. One is learning by doing. That is our Chancellor Sir's vision. Learning by doing. It's a Nai Talim on the philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi. So if you are learning engineering graduation, then you should learn by doing. Just not understand the theory. You should be able to make it. So that Make in India can happen only by learning by doing. Startup India only can happen learning by doing. So that is single pillar, very important pillar. So we give importance, 60% importance for doing the activity by the student themselves. That is one thing. Theory 50-40%, but emphasis on the practicals, learning by doing. Number 2, service-based learning. So we have to create a philosophy and ethics. We have to imbibe ethics into the minds of the student who will be understanding the problems of our country, who will provide the service to the country. So Gandhi said, if you are not serving your nation, you are not good person. If you want to be a good person, you should serve others, serve society, serve weaker section, right? वैष्णो जन तो तेने कहिए पीड़ पराई जाने रे. So पीड़ पराई जाने रे mindset youth we have to create. So we have developed a service-based learning. So we have taken up rural transformation program, which is mandatory to every student of any branch of knowledge. So that is mandatory. They have to go in the village and try to transform that village and deploy their knowledge. Then RBL, research-based learning. So research component is added to the undergraduate education as well as PG education, and we are intending to offer research degrees, master degree by research. We are into that. So that is one thing. Third one is the project-based learning, PBL. So you should take a project, you should understand a problem and solve that problem. Deploy your knowledge, whatever you have earned, and provide the solution. That solution provider youth is our ultimate. So these are the 4 pillars. Learning by doing, that is you will gain the knowledge and you will deploy that knowledge, right? Applied knowledge. Number 2, service-based learning, SBL, do the service of the society, and out of that you learn to transform the society. So you will be socially committed youth of our country. Thirdly, research-based learning. You should learn researching, not after joining the PhD program. Before that, you should learn the research practices. That is research-based learning. And fourthly, project-based learning, where you take a problem, take a project, and give the solution to the insurgency. So project-based consultancy to the industry. So industries have a lot of problems, small problems, and they want solution. They don't have manpower that much. So they can assign this project to our student, and our student will give the solution to those problems. So we are into internet-based, international internship program, paid, unpaid, as well as the national program, paid, unpaid. And student will be associated with the industries directly, and as well as they will go for entrepreneurship. We are having Innovation and Entrepreneurship Center, where recently we are come out with a small solution to provide decorative lights, solar-based. So next Diwali, you will find that solar-based decorative lights. So which can be used in malls, it can be used for Diwali and festivals, and at the same time you can save the power also.
Yeah.
So that kind of small innovations are required. Yeah.
That's a quite good innovation, sir, because especially in Diwali times, the power output usage usually surge and the companies are not able to provide it.
Yeah.
So, sir, bringing to me the next question, sir. How does your university welcome students of different races and economic backgrounds?
Yes. This is a very important question, and I appreciate your question. See, we believe in diversity, we believe in security, we believe in quality, and we believe in affordability. These are the 4 characteristics of the MGM University. So, universities means universal thinking and universal education. So, It is the institution, and Aurangabad city is a historic city. You know that. Ellora Ajanta Caves, it is known for Ellora Ajanta Caves. Even the nearby, you have a lot of religious centers also, pilgrimage centers also. So Aurangabad is known internationally. It's an international tourist center. So therefore, we are welcoming the international students also from, specifically, we are concentrating on the developing world. There are 110 countries, right? From Africa continent, from the Middle East, from the South Asia, which need quality education. And they cannot go to the Western countries where the fee structure is too high. So almost you have to spend 2 crore rupees for one particular program. And that is not affordability possible for every middle class, lower middle class student from all these 100 countries in the world. So India is the place where they can come and get the education with the affordable cost. So our university has taken a very drastic step that for international student, we will not charge separate fee structure. It is the same, no discrimination. Whether it is international student, whether it is Indian student, whether it is from Maharashtra or outside Maharashtra, no discrimination. Same fee structure. And I am very happy to inform you that with the COVID situation, our institution has already offered student COVID discounts, special COVID discounts to all students, those who want COVID discount. And at the same time, 0% interest loan also we are providing. Bank loans also we are providing because of the situation here. Therefore, we are catering the diversity. We are interested the students from different religion, different castes, different communities, different cultures, different nations should come to this destination where they will get quality education, but at the affordable cost and low living cost in comparison with the big cities and metro cities in India.
Yeah, that's a quite good quality you have, sir. And sir, so this is the one more planning phased question. So what do you think you should, the university top priority for the next 10 years would be?
Yes. Universities are facing the dynamics of change. There is a paradigm shift because of digitally driven education, TDE. And technology driven education demands a lot of things. This is the positive effect of Corona, I will say. So the UGC and all other national bodies, MHRD, they were preaching that we should go for ICT, information communication technology in day-to-day teaching. But that could not happen. Some universities have done that, but that could not happen. So what we have done, that because of the Corona, our teachers are well equipped with the digital teaching. So we are into blended learning, number one. Number two, futuristic human capital we have to identify, because technology is changing, right? We are into digital economy, we are into knowledge economy, and everything has changed. The thousands of jobs are available traditionally now, they are going to be wiped out.
Yeah.
And new jobs are going to be created in big data analytics, in the artificial intelligence, in the blockchain technology, in the IoT, into the data analytics. A lot of new opportunities are emerging, right? So in robotics, for example, so all these emerging areas have to be integrated not only to the IT department or computer science department. We are already having a computer science engineering department. We are already having IT engineering department, as well as we are having separate college of computer science and IT, GYP, and we are having biosciences and biotechnology institution in place. So we are into this stream, but we are advancing further. So we are creating a testing lab of biosciences. So we want to do a contribution in terms of testing and doing the biosciences research, so that the zoonotic diseases like corona are going to come and attack us because of the biodiversity. We are attacking nature, and we have created, we have disturbed the biodiversity, we have disturbed the nature. So our students need to teach them that we have to be nature centric. We have to protect nature. We have to protect Mother Earth, right? That value is very important now. And unless and until we care for nature, nature will not care for us. Right?
Yeah.
So this is larger thinking, not only limited to your own country, your own region, beyond that. So contributing to the protection of the nature, protection of the biodiversity, protection of the environment, that kind of education is also equally important. And those values are to be imbibed. For example, India is spending just 1.5% of the GDP on the health services. So we have to enlarge the canvas. The new education policy, in that policy, 6% GDP is to be invested into the education sector for education all. And in Sustainable Development Goals of United Nations, fourth goal is quality education for all. If we don't have quality infrastructure, we don't have quality education, we don't have quality faculty, then we cannot impart quality education to our students. And then their future will be dark, and the future of the nation will be also dark. And future of the humanity also will be in the dark. Yeah. That is what our approach is. Yes.
Okay, that's quite supportive, sir. You are caring for the next generation to come.
Yeah.
So, bringing me to the next question, sir. What do you want your people, your new students, to know about your university that may not know, or the information is not available on the website? Like the general positive aspects which the students usually come to know when they are inside the campus.
Yeah. So, see, I have just told you our ambience is the characteristic of MGM University.
Yeah.
So it's a green and clean campus. Before the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, we were the Swachh MGM Abhiyan. We have our own Abhiyan. So waste management, paper recycling of water, Khadi Production Center on the solar, all these initiatives were in place, which are part of now government policies. So when any student come to our campus is surrounded by Priyadarshini forest, small forest of 15 acres in the heart of the city. Okay, and that has been developed by our Chancellor Sir, Engineer Ankush Kadam Sir. It is a government land, but we have developed that forest. Okay, we maintain that, and now it is well developed. So because of that, we are into green environment. Okay. So therefore, I claim that our MGM University is a green university with the all green initiatives. Okay. So when student comes to our campus, we have a facility to take them round. We have a electrical vehicle created by our student of mechanical engineering. That electrical vehicle takes them to the round of the campus because it's a 50 acres campus, and they visit all infrastructure available here. There are sports facilities, as I told you. The quality infrastructure is there. We have a community radio on the campus. We have television studio. We have film studio which can produce professional films. And we are into that. Our students are making professional films. So all this campus is surrounded by the greenery, surrounded by the discipline, surrounded by the quality faculty members. And there is no single case of torture or harassment of any student or any kind of ragging.
Okay.
So this ambience is very important. This culture is very important. This quality culture is very important in terms of girl students. So when our JNEC, Jawaharlal Nehru Engineering College, was started in 1983, that time girls were not into education, engineering education. Our chairman sir, who himself is a MTech from IIT Mumbai, and our principal Pratap Borade sir, that time they initiated that no girl student will go back if they don't have sufficient money to pay. And initially 10 years we provided them free engineering education, because that time only 3, 4, 5 girls used to come. And now you will surprise, we are having 60% girl students in our engineering college. So that is the gender equality. That is the change we do. Therefore, I say we are the change makers. Yeah. Maybe it is small, but we are making a change. Not going for much branding and marketing. We believe in our students, and they are our ambassadors.
Okay, that's quite a great achievement you have done, sir, for your university. So bringing me to the last question, sir, what message you would like to give young aspirants who are looking up for an admission?
My suggestion to young aspirants and searching for college, like platform like College Dunia, you are giving great service to the youth of our nation. I should appreciate your initiative, your contribution, your platform, digitally driven platform. What happens, nowadays, students are facing a lot of troubles, particularly those who are from the remote area, rural area, Mufassil area. What has happened? I will share you one case. There was a girl near Sholapur in Maharashtra, Usmanabad and Sholapur. She got 90% marks in 12th science. And she was aspiring for engineering education. And because of the marketing and branding and television advertisements, she thought that XYZ University is the only place for her to go there. So she applied for XYZ University. And there she got, because of the marks, she got admission. But fee structure was so huge. 7 lakh rupees. She was not able to pay because she was the daughter of the illiterate farmer of 5 acres holding, small holding. So she saw that my dream is collapsed. And at the age of 16, she committed suicide. Why? Because nobody has given counseling to her. There were hundreds of colleges, quality colleges comparable to that particular university. At the same time, she was not knowing that, number one. And number two, if best brains of our country are suiciding, committing suicide because of not having opportunity, we are killing the talent of our country. So it is our responsibility of the universities, public or private, whatsoever. We should give an opportunity, irrespective of caste, religion, language, culture, state, nation, that if you are meritorious, you should come to such a university like MGM University, which will offer you every possible support to the best of capacity of this organization, and you will see that you will not be dropped out from the higher education. So, because if such thousands and thousands of students remain away from the education or they commit suicide, we are losing the great human capital of our country, which would have contributed a lot for the future of the country, future of their family, future of the society. And for that matter, educational institutions are having great national responsibilities, international responsibilities to empower dreamy layer section of society which cannot afford high fee structure. Okay. There should be institutions which are offering quality education for the dreamy layer section of the society, aspirant class of our society. And I am proud that MGM University and our trustees and our leadership management is of that viewpoint, and we do that in a best possible way, what we can do, and we are ready to offer scholarship also for such students. So that is the pathway ahead. I will suggest students, don't 100% believe in the branding and marketing. So it is the way you will come to know these institutions are there, and they should follow the platforms like you, College Dunia, where they can have a comparative picture. They will have an aggregate picture, and where they can go for, and they should go for accreditation by the NAAC or international quality institutions, as well as what their alumni is saying, what their students are saying. Students are the true ambassadors. If their experiences are good, you should choose that. So you should be wise in choosing. You should be very choosy in terms of college. And then you should be also choosy in terms of fee structure also. High fee structure doesn't guarantee your quality education, and low fee structure doesn't mean that quality will not be there.
Yeah.
So both ways is true. So you have to be choosy, affordable, quality education, discipline, security, and green initiatives. Campus culture should be facilitator, encouraging, and giving the peace of mind for the studies. That is very important. So I will request my students, aspirants, that you have to design your career path. Examine yourself, introspect yourself, identify your talents, your aptitude. Okay, so I will happy to inform you that we have introduced the psychometric testing for every student every year. So at the age of 4, completing the 3 years, 4 years, they will be getting 4 years progression report, and that will go to the employer. and they will go with that report, and employer will know for which kind of job this boy or girl is suitable. That employability test is also we have introduced from our side, from university side. And we have just come out with the psychometric testing for every student of age of 13 to 25. Right? These tests are costing 1,500 to 2,000 rupees. And we are offering in 100 rupees to every student, irrespective of institution, irrespective of state, country, nation, region they belong.
Yeah.
So these kind of initiatives for students, career making, career designing, that guidance is counseling is very much required, and we are providing that irrespective whether they come to us or not. That kind of social commitment and approach this university is having, MGM University is having. I think that you will appreciate such kind of approaches this university is having. So our intention is create employable youth as well as create entrepreneurs who will be not job seekers but job creators. From job seekers to job creators. Maybe out of 100, 10 students will be job creators, and that will create jobs for those who are not in future. I will not be there, but I am envisioning that our alumni only create jobs, and our own student after 10 years, they will be providing jobs. We did not have to go to the other institution for seeking jobs to our student. Our own student will be empowered such, they will create jobs for our own student. That is the power of alumni, right?
Yeah.
So this is the mission of our university.
And thank you, sir. You have highlighted quite a great points about your university and about the general society as well, sir. And
thank you very much. Thankful to you, and I wish best to the College Dunia platform, which is doing great service to the youth of our country. And I will request you also, so try to create some scholarship program from your side. So you know the background of the student, their merit and all. So those who are in need of such support, you should create such platform, and crowdsourcing, through way of crowdsourcing, we can create resources for them, and they will get admission to the right destination at the right cost at the right time.
Thank you, sir. We will really appreciate your advice.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Right. Thank you very much.